Hello, guys. Welcome to GS Geography with Priyaso. Today is a hot topic called border dispute of India with China. Now, we know India has shared the second longest boundary with the China. Its length is 3,488 kilometers given by the Ministry of Home Affairs. If we see the Wikipedia, the length is given as 4,056 kilometers. We follow the data given by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay. Now, what are the Indian territories which share the international border with the China? There are five Indian territories. As we are moving from east to west arrangement, so these are given as like Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal, and Ladakh UT. And the longest is with the Ladakh, around 1,597 kilometer, and second longest with the Arunachal Pradesh, followed by Uttarakhand, Sikkim, and the Himachal Pradesh. And this border in the north is been not clearly demarcated, delimited, because the method of is not clearly accepted by both the member states here, India as well as the China. So these terrains are highly mountainous, rough, with the less settlements are there and lack of infrastructure. So this border from the Indian side is managed by mainly by Indian Tibetan Border Police (ITBP), in some location by the BSF Border Security Forces, and joint patrolling with the Indian forces. Three organizations have been involved here. Let's see the map. So entire border of India within China is divided into three sectors. Western sector here with the Ladakh as a with the Ladakh as a union territory, and in the central sector, Himachal Pradesh and the Uttarakhand, this is also called middle sector, and the eastern sector of length 1,140 kilometer formed by the Arunachal Pradesh and the state of Sikkim. So this boundary is called as McMahon Line, which was created in the year 1914 as an agreement among the three parties, British India, the Tibet, and the China. And this agreement or this treaty is also called Shimla Treaty. So here the upper reaches of Great Himalayas were considered as a boundary between India and the China part. So above is China or Tibet, and below is the Indian part. So this boundary is highly rough from the Chinese side and very difficult to cross. So for the Indian point, it is more easy to approach actually comparatively. So this is the most safe border for India. So eastern sector India is at the comfortable position. Now compare the western sector in the Ladakh region. So it is easy to approach from China side compared to the Indian side. So they are at the advantageous position. So now if you look at this area, so we have a various issues in the eastern sectors. So in eastern sector, the China is claiming, okay, 90,000 square kilometer area in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. Even they raised the issue of Sikkim. Now in 2003 onward, the problem has been resolved. There is no dispute related to the Sikkim. So in the nearby in the Chumbi Valley or in the Bhutan they are creating. So recently there is a standoff there at the Nakula pass, or even in the past in the 2017 the 73 days standoff between Indian forces and the Chinese forces at Doklam, which is a territory of the Bhutan. There India being a protector state, so Indian armed forces was just standing to protect the Bhutan at the Doklam. So and later on after 73 days of standoff, China's forces had withdrawn. Now if you see this, is it what kind of disputes are there with the India and the China at the border? So India, the issues we are observing in three sector: western sector, central sector, and the eastern sector. Western sector, like it's a very difficult for India to reach there compared to the Chinese point. So China has occupied this area, Okay, in some part of this, especially Akshay around 38,000 square kilometer, or Trans-Karakoram area called Saksham Valley around 19,000 square kilometers. So, from Indian point of view, Western sector is been occupied by China or India is claiming it. In central sector, there is no such dispute because here the Nepal is acting as a buffer state between India and the in the China, but in the eastern sector, so India is at the advantageous position. So the China is claiming, okay, in this area for India there is no dispute here. So how much area of Arunachal Pradesh has been claimed? Around 90,000 square kilometer area has been claimed. Let's see the western sector issue. So entire concern, if you look at from both Indian and the Chinese point of view, so around 3,290 kilometer of the border is being mutually claimed or misagreed or not agreed. So especially when we are focusing on the western side, especially in the eastern Ladakh region, so there are two issues in particular from the earlier time. One we called as the Akshay Chin area. So Akshay Chin area is of geography is around 38,000 square kilometer, lies between the Karakoram ranges and the Kunlun mountain ranges, and this has been occupied by China since 1962 war completely. And in 1963, one area in the POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir, given to China by the Pakistan, and this area is called, you can see here, called Trans Karakoram area, or also called Saksham Valley, and this area lies above the a Karakoram range. That's why it is called Trans Karakoram area. So, and its geography is around 5,180 square kilometers. So both these areas are claimed by India and occupied or controlled by China. And the recent aggression is also been observed in this. And the boundary on the in the western side, especially in this type, this area is called line of actual control. But on the eastern sector, the boundary between India and the China, once again, I'm saying it's called McMahon line. McMahon line is not everywhere. Okay, the western sector, the boundary is called line of actual control, which has been created as a result of 1962 Indo-China war, isn't it? In the central sector, there is no much dispute. Okay, now let's see the western sector issues in particular of past as well as of present scenario. In the past, most important issue is called Akshay Chin. Since 1962, China is holding this geography, isn't it? So here, as for the historical point of view, so the Kunlun Mountains ranges, okay, which is proposed by the British India to the Tibet and China. So with and this upper reaches of Kunlun mountains acting as a boundary, and this line is called as what? Johnson line. And India claimed this line as a boundary, okay, between India and the Chinese, or with the Tibet. That means the east of this is Tibet or China, and the west of this is India. So India's claiming line is Kunlun mountain ranges. As a result of this, Akshay Chin belongs to India. So in this way, we are claiming from them. From the Chinese point of view, okay, there is another story. So in 1899, the British India sent one more proposal, which is accepted by China too, and they considered McCarthy McDonald line as a boundary. So here the Karakoram ranges is acting as a boundary. But in 1962, war happened, and they enters into the Indian territory in more east of this. Okay, and as a result of east to west, they moved on. So as a result, the boundary has been changed, and the interest reaches up to this limit in the 1962 war. So as a result, they are claiming entire this region. And as a peace agreement between India and China happened, they withdraw the forces back to some distance and creating a new boundary in the western part or sector, or the eastern Ladakh region, called as line of actual control. Now line of actual control is not mutually agreed. It's a high lot of confusion is there because it's not limit delimited among both the countries, not demarcated on the ground. So as a result, there is a lot of confusions are being existing. You can see on this in this diagram that the India's claim line, okay, India's claim line is which belong to this Kulun mountain ranges, and Chinese claim line is this. So as an entire this area between both Johnson line and the 1962 captured area and withdrawn. So this entire area become a disputed, and lot of disputes have been created. So in recently, okay, there are three, four areas which were in the news. One is Galwan Valley, hot spring of Gogra region, or Pangong Taso Lake. Okay, and then all there are Deepsang Valley issue or Chumar region. So they are around 40 to 50 kilometers inside the line of control. At some points, Chinese transgression has happened. Okay, even one more transgression and standoff in the recent time, in the 10th of May 2020 reported what called Nakula. In the 2017 reported out what called Doklam. So these are the new areas of the recent time. Even if you look at from December 2013, around 19 kilometer to inward to the Indian side of the LAC, some permanent camps of Chinese have been observed. So, okay, all this, and as a result, lot of hard dispute had arisen. In the recent time, dispute become more complex. The question arises in what happened in May 2020. The Chinese become more aggressive in the territorial policies. So why they are entering into Indian territory? Why they are not following the old this called modus of operandi or the border management practices? So reasons are many, guys. Okay, as for the intellectually, when we think, so it is. So some scholars say it's a diversion tactics by the Chinese because of the pandemic COVID 2019 or coronavirus. So to divert that the world attention from there, they are raising various issues. Okay, like the South China Sea issue or Hong Kong unrest, or in the similarly with the India. So as a result, acquisition or even the game, the media will be shifted from the real corona to the India China border dispute. This is one reason, as said, as a diversion tactics by the Chinese. Second reason is the Chinese are against the India's increased infrastructural project near the line of control. Okay, so there are 73 road projects from the Arunachal Pradesh to the Ladakh region. Okay, and out of this, 27 is already completed before 2017. So in 2018-19, one road has been completed in the eastern Ladakh that is called Dobruk Shiok Daulat Beg Oldie region of 255 kilometer, which is very close to the LAC and which is an objected by them. Okay, even though they have created many roads, okay, there are 13 roads they have created connected to their highway to the LAC, and three are the major of them. So, and as a result, these roads give easy accessibility, connectivity, and restore the supply chain for the military personals and their equipments. So it gives a strategic advantage to control this area. So they are opposing the India's increased infrastructural project, even though they had did it already, and we started in the recent time. So one more reason of the recent aggressive action by the Chinese in the eastern Ladakh is failure of what called Belt Road Initiative that connect Eurasian by the land route. Okay, so China has a one project called as Belt Road Initiative, in short called BRI project, and it will be connecting the economic corridor through land route, okay, both road as well as the railway project should be there. So India is a blockade there, and so India is not accepting the BRI initiative. So till April 2018, Chinese were pushing Indians to accept it, and they finally understood India is not cooperating. Okay, even they tried to follow 2 plus 1 initiative to, as a result, BRI get activated. Okay, with the support of India. What is 2 plus 1 initiative here? India, China, with the help of Nepal. And this also failed. And because of the failure of 2 plus 1 initiative, so China started the plan B aggressively. So in the plan B is they start supporting the Pakistan angle. Okay, and the policy you can see. So they're using in the diplomatically. So they India as an enemy of this South Asian region as a big brother, and this kind of India's approach and this one diplomatic term created by Chinese called wolf warrior. Okay, wolf warrior is means big brother attitude of India to the neighboring country as given by whom? By the Chinese is being used to diplomatically defame India in this area. As a result, they use Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh against India. Now, even the Pakistan factors is behind Indo-China standoff today in the eastern Ladakh because CPAC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, is put into stake. How it put into stake? India in the last year 2019 has declared what called the abolition of Article 370. So because of that, removal special status of Jammu and Kashmir has been removed, and later on that state has been divided into two union territories, and India even claimed the entire Jammu and Kashmir, including Aksachin, which is occupied by Chinese, or the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So as a result, Gilgit-Baltistan region, where the CPEC is running, put into a question mark when India can claim this area, can try to do some activity which has been mentioned by both the Home Ministry as well as Defense Ministry of India. Now, China is also against the India's growing ties with the US under the Indo-Pacific deal, or India is not signing the deal with the East Asia. Okay, so this is also favoring that India is positioning themselves with Americans and the European, which is against the Chinese because of trade war or others. Okay, let's see the India's removal of the Article 370 is affecting thereafter the position of Jammu and Kashmir and the creation of two UTs, especially Jammu and Kashmir as union territories as well as Ladakh as UT. So in order to support Pakistan and to keep in hold on Akshan, China is becoming more and more aggressive there and try to control the strategic location for future. So as a result, they can assert their position there. So India can leave the claim, so settle the dispute. China has settled the dispute with all the neighbors. Okay, China is a country with largest number of neighbors. Okay, around 14, and they resolve with all except India. Now, China is assertive foreign policy in post-pandemic COVID 2019, such as Hong Kong unrest or South China Sea issues or trade war with US, Australia, has been intensified. So, as a result, in the process of this for assertive foreign policy, that they are getting against India and raising the issues in the all the sectors of the borders. Okay, like in the eastern sector, the Nakula standoff happened on the 10th of May. On the 5th of May happened in the Pangong Lake area. Okay, so India's dispute with the Nepal over Kalapani area is a tri-junction with the China, Tibet, and Nepal and India act as a catalyst to raise the tension along the disputed border. between India and China. How this is like India is creating a 80-kilometer road. So I think out of the 80 kilometer, India has already completed 76 kilometer of the road from Darchula to Lipulik. Only the 4 kilometer track has been left. Okay, and so on the May 8th, Government of India has inaugurated this. So as a result of this, on the 9th, only there is a dispute or a standoff happens 9th, 10th between India and the because China considered this area of Lipu Lake as a strategic importance, and India's accessibility is fast and more. India is stronger in this area too. So they are just igniting the Nepal getting against India. They are quite successful also. We can see in the next discussion on India Nepal Kalapani area. So China's policy on South Asia has changed more assertive through because of two policies they are following. Diplomatically, they are following a policy of wolf warrior against India. So the image of India will be demolished by saying that India is behaving like a big brother or highly hegemonic in the South Asia, especially the relationship with their neighbors gets spoiled. Okay, even tactically, China is invoking Nepal history, so the pride of Greater Nepal or Gorkha nationalism. So by asking to revive the Treaty of Sagoli, and on the basis of that claim the Kalapani area. So prolonged guerrilla warfare, a prompt military action through three front China, Pakistan, and Nepal challenges to restrict India in the north. So India is following these three policy at the present. So what is the solution to this standoff between India at the all the location? There are three specific location in the eastern Ladakh at present, which is very vital. One we call as the Pangong Taso Lake region. Second is the hot spring Gogra hot spring region, and little above is Galwan Valley area. So this is a new area and more assertive. So this time China's transgression activities considered to be more intense than the previous. Why? Because more number of places, many number of times, more people has been deployed with the arms and ammunition, bigger infrastructure, permanent deployment, and the infrastructure they have created. And because of that, this situation is worse after 1962 relationship with them. So, what is how to resolve this? What is the way forward to calm the situation with the China? So, solution lies with the bilateral talks at all levels and try to restore the old position of LSE, okay, which was there in the April pre-May clashes, or economically use the position of India because of we have greater demographic dividend and we have a greater capacity of manufacturing that help us to bargain. Okay, even by reallocating population in the Ladakh and other areas, so they can claim and control this area because of the population control. Okay, when controlling the Nepal diplomatically by convincing them, already 12 times had talk happened between the military level. Okay, so at the local as well as the high commander level meeting happens. Even it is still not been resolved, even the diplomatic level has to be initiated to resolve the crisis. So India and China both agreed with till now independently no third party interference or involvement to resolve the crisis. This is a general perspective and categorically required for the GS third paper. Okay, even for the optional geopolitical issues of South Asia or Indo China relationship. Some focusing areas where the eye to eye confrontation has been reported. So as for the military point of view and the Home Ministry data and the Defense Ministry data, there are 23 points at the Indo-China border. There is a confrontations are taking place, and three are most important. One is Pangong Taso Lake, or this in that there is a finger area is in the news. Point two, Galwan area. Third is the hot spring area. Let me start with the first, called Pangong Taso Lake area. Now, Pangong Taso Lake is a location in the northern bank of the Pangong Lake. You can see this lake, and this area is having the mountainous region which has been fragmented. This fragmented mountainous region called as what called spurs, and these spurs are intersected and appear like a fan-like structure and called as the fingers. As we are moving from the west to the east, from Indian side to the Chinese side. So there are 8 fingers here. Finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4, finger 5, finger 6, finger 7, and finger 8. So now here issue is that this Pangong Lake is generally the brackish water lake, and it's located at the height of 4,350 kilometer. It's a saline lake formed because of the desertic-like condition or the inland drainage system. Ephemeral rivers are existing here, and it is a left out of the old Tethys Sea. Because of that, it is this lake is like this. Its length is around 135 kilometers, east-west roughly oriented, and the average thick width is around 6 kilometer. Now, now this lake 75% is under the control of Chinese, and the rest 25% control with the India. Issue is what here? Issue is been like this. So now if you're seeing this from finger area, if you're observing this is a finger area, this is finger area 1, this is finger area 2, this is finger area 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8. Okay, now in this 8 finger, this is finger. So China is claiming the finger area 2 as their boundary, and India is claiming finger area 8 as a boundary, and this boundary is called what? LAC. There is no agreement between India and China about where is the line of actual control is existing. Okay, so China claim up to the finger area what 8 as the LAC, and India claim what called up to the what. So India claim at the finger area 8 and China claim up to 2. So they are holding the position up to 4. So India want that they should withdraw from 4 and move beyond 8. So this area of differing perception on the north bank of Pangong Taso Lake leading to standoff. Okay, and a lot of tussle happened in the May 10th and 11th. There is a great military buildup is also been observed. How the situation actually arised. It has a little history. History could be traced since the Kargil War. During 1999 Kargil War, when Indian troops has moved from LAC to LOC, that means from the Chinese border to the Pakistan side border, so Chinese got an opportunity and try to capture more areas of Pangong Lake, and from the 8 they moved till what called the second they are able to move. Okay. Now then in 2002 India returned and pushed back these Chinese, and they come up to the 4th. Okay, and it's still been there, and meanwhile India is able to do the patrolling up to the 8th. The recent times what happened in the March, because of 1 or 2 cases of the COVID has been reported in that area for the military persons, and that post has been dismantled or was not functional for few months. When they returned back, by the time they returned back, they found that Chinese has occupied that area and they created the infrastructure there. So both BSF and the Indian Army is maintaining the post in this. And strategically, this area is very important. How this area is strategically important? Because this is area is giving a road to the what call the this road is called a Chosul entry and Chosul to the Leh and able to control the major highway. So strategically, this geography is very important for us. So geostrategically, very important for India was giving a route connecting to Chosul. Okay. Now you understand what is a finger area means. Please go through this in detail. Now, so presently this is one of the hot spot actually. Next hotspot of India-China border dispute is called Galwan Valley issue. So Galwan Valley is little north of the Pangong Lake. Okay, and this is created by a Galwan River, which is a tributary of Shiok. This Galwan River, okay, crosses and join Shiok River after crossing the line of actual control. And that location where it is crossing the LAC become the area of interest for both of us, India as well as China. Strategically, this Galwan Valley is very important as its southern edge is the Indian supply route is located that runs parallel to the Galwan River. The location is closed, okay, close to the present 255-kilometer road infrastructure built by the BRO of India from Dorbuk Shiok to what called Daulat Beg Oldie region. And this Daulat Beg Oldie region is near to what called Karakoram Pass. Okay, and very close to this, and able to safeguard the locations near to this Karakoram, and we able to control the highest point in this area called as what Siachen Glacier 2. Satellite images of this region indicate three things. First, intrusion in the Galwan area were at a single point, and Chinese intrusion lasted for the first 2 weeks of the month of May, and the third week of the May, status quo was restored in the Galwan sector, but they have been tried to settle and resolve the dispute. They are not moving further towards India, but the serious situation has arisen in spite of that. What is that serious situation? China is cutting off the water of Galwan River and increasing the weaponization in this area. Okay, and as a result, it has not only creating a great concern for India's agriculture and potable water supply to India. And similarly, they are doing with the called the South East Asia Mekong River or Brahmaputra region too. So now let's see this the entire scenario. So this is a Galwan River, okay, which is coming from the Aksachin area and crossing the LAC and joining with the Shiok, and they come to up to this. On the 5th of May, Chinese troop more than 5,000 has crossed this LAC in this Galwan River Valley, leading to clashes. And China did a planned move, not by accident, as the troop is increasing more than 3 times, along with the weaponization and to leading. What is the major purpose? As a result, immediate provocation was the building of the bridges and roads there. It's not an accidental or just a normal transgression exercise of the past, because they are moving, not moving, they are creating such an infrastructure like bridges, road, and massive buildup suggests that the intention is to permanently occupy the valley. So value of this area is very high for India as Galwan River come closer to the strategic Durbuk, Shiok to Daulat Beg, Oldie region. Isn't it? This road is very close to it. So we have to control this. Okay, and which was completed last year. And Chinese presence in this Galwan Valley poses the threat to the road, and which is important for the supply chain of military equipments and personnel to the northern sector close to the Karakoram Pass. And if your Karakoram Pass has been preserved and saved, so even the Siachen Glacier, its post has been secured. Okay. Now the next and the last uh, important standoff in the eastern Ladakh is called Gogra Hot Spring issue. Gogra Hot Spring issue is between the Galwan Valley and the Pongong Lake. In that is the Gogra hot spring has been located. So why it is called hot spring? So hot spring because the large number of hot springs are located on the Kiam or Gogra region. Even Chinese call this Gogra region as what called Kiam region, which is operated and managed by IT BP personals. Okay, here here major situation is been created uh, by the rivers Chimong there. So these are the areas. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. So I done with this topic. It's an important topic. Please go through the mapping of some important locations. Okay, so what are the location you can see here? So what is the line of control LAC? Please see in the mapping. Where is Pangong Lake and what is the nature of it? Even find out the border roads or infrastructure. Okay. So most important roads which is built by the BRO, around 73 projects are there. So 27 is 27, 28 is already there. And what is the finger area or what is the inner line permit? This is also in the news called inner line permit. So inner line permit means what? So this Pyangong Lake is used for the tourism purposes. Okay, and for to visit this, so from the lay a commissioner, the permission is taken to visit this place, and that permission is called inner line permit. Okay, even you must know the location of Galwan Valley or the eastern Ladakh or Daulat Beg Oldie region or okay and so on. Even this is called Nakula Pass of Sikkim. Thank you all of you. Take care. Bye bye.